And we're back. Welcome back, everyone, to more Plants vs Zombies. I'm picking up from last episode, immediately in the same recording session. Previously, we took on the last part of the second stage, which was the front yard at nighttime, and now we're moving on to the third stage, which is our backyard. Looks like the zombies gave up attacking your front yard. Now they're turning on your backyard. And topping it all off, you can't even use your mushrooms because they'll fall asleep during the day. Well, isn't that just dandy? Well, yes, it is. You can see here we got the ducky tube zombie and just, our typical zombies. The game kind of just resets it. The game usually does this, which kind of makes it a little easy. Is it will forcibly put itself back to, like, early game stuff every time you change areas. I'll actually take the potato mine. But yeah, so now we are doing the pool level. So the main difference here, as you can see here, we actually have six lanes this time instead of the usual 5. In addition, we have the pool lanes here, which, in order to actually plant anything here, we need to plant a lily pad on top of it. We need to place it on top of a lily pad first, so we're just going to start by doing our usual strat on Daring Day stages, which is just this. I'm gonna at least put my sunflowers on here first. On the non-pool area first. Because I'd rather get some sun going first before I start putting parts down. Excuse me. That was a sneeze there. I think I should be good for another potato, yeah. Since the pace is kind of slow, I can afford to be a little slow myself. I'm actually now getting a memory of, I remember in the early episodes I was talking about Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Play of this back in the day. I remember, I don't remember if it was the entire video, or if it was like, the entirety of this level, of this, like all the levels in this area, in the backyard during the day. I guess I may as well though. Oh, we're gonna play this at nighttime too. I'm like, I mean, yeah. If like there's any game indication, there's only 5 levels in this game, and only 10 stages for each level. It's just gonna be exactly that. So yeah, the next stage will be spoilers for like this 13-year-old game that doesn't really have much of a plot, so to speak. The next stage will be this place, but at nighttime. For like those levels actually fairly challenging. I'm gonna have to actually use a cherry bomb here because I don't really want those guys messing with me too much. Dude, maybe I should have just like gotten the repeater instead. Yeah, maybe that would have been a slightly better idea. I would like a Snow Pea game. Thank you. At least get everything set up on each lane first. There we go. And another Snow Pea. Let's get it where this cone guy is. And see, yeah, we're doing the usual, just 1 flag. I may have to make these a bit shorter for the later levels because I'm pretty sure we're going to start getting a lot more flags from here on. If our there's my catchphrase again, if I recall correctly. And when you start talking to yourself with recording, you really start to pick up on your own mannerisms. Yeah, it's probably the same with like people like Joey Conroy, who I think like picked up, like he said certain things a lot, like sheer fact. I think was one thing he really said a lot of the time back in the day. You definitely really learn to start picking up on stuff you say, especially when you're recording yourself. Especially when you hear yourself, you start to realize how you sound, because I remember initially when I started recording myself, I was like, damn, that's how I sound. I sound dumb. I really don't like how I sound in recordings. There we go. Let me put a mine down just for safety. But there are no buckets at this point, so that's not really too necessary. I think I'm gonna cherry. Nah, I don't think I'll cherry bomb yet. But the one downside of the snow peas is their lack of AoE. I wish they had some splash damage on them. But I'm doing pretty with some sun here. And what's kind of nice is you can do is you can put a lily pad over there like that. Ooh, squash. Heck yeah. I love this. I actually really like this plant. Actually, this is basically just a better version of the potato mine. Pretty simple, it just squashes zombies. What we'll do is we'll basically, when a zombie gets close enough, and oh boy, yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring that. So we're gonna bring the repeater this time because it's probably a bit more useful. I think this setup looks pretty good. You see, the newspaper zombie finally left the confines of the front yard at night and is now actually showing up in day stages. I think I was briefly talking for a second about NCS's LP of this. And I remember during this level, like these levels, I think there was just one episode where he just sang the entire time to this music. I mean, it's a nice variation of the day music. I think it is just like a slightly different version. So anyways, the squash. It's basically a version of the potato mine. It doesn't have to prime itself like the mine does. So it just kind of sits there, waits for a guy to run over to him. You know, just he'll give him the stink eye and just jump on him and insta-kill him. Pretty useful, honestly. It's one of my more favorite ones. And what's nice is we can kind of use them as just a cheap means to protect our plants right now while we're getting set up. Alright, let's get a repeater going. You really should just start using repeaters now. I don't know if we'll get access to these yet. Soon, with all our money, a shop will open up soon. I think actually in level 4. In level 4 of this stage, or stage 4 of this level, I should say. Actually, yeah, that makes a bit more sense to anyone like this. I think Crazy Dave will open up his shop, and we'll be able to actually spend our money on more than just seed slots. We'll actually, I think, be able to spend it on new plants and stuff too as well. As well as I think other upgrades. I don't necessarily remember. I think another thing, I don't say off the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure off the top of my head is another thing I say a lot, especially when I'm just talking to myself or just talking casually. Probably definitely say that a lot of the time. Alright, got all the sunflowers going. But yeah, there's certain plants you can get. Ooh, present. Oh, cool. We get. Oh, okay, I was wondering when we unlock mini games. I think I'll show the menu. I'm not gonna play them. I think I'm gonna save those kind of like as bonus content for another time. Maybe I'll do them after I finish the main game. Maybe I'll just kind of put them off as like bonus material, like Sugar Conroy does. No, I will not take 3 years to do that unless like I change computers and I can't like bring my save file over, like delete it from Steam or something. Which that would kind of suck, frankly. I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape out of that because of that. But I just kind of want this to just be the main game. I may do like later on if I was like, you know what, I really want to play this game again. I may just decide to do either the like no sun challenge maybe, or do just like the main adventure again, but on like the new game plus they give you, where I think it's basically you have everything, but the game forces you to take a certain combination. Okay, yeah, now so in the okay, yeah, I didn't mention this, but yeah, the duck zombies. That's a weird way to put it. These guys will show up, and they'll go into your pool lanes. If you see here, the lawnmowers, here are actually much worse right now because we'll get to that. I think Dave will sell something in his shop that will upgrade the 2 lawnmowers for the pool. Because in their current state, the lawnmowers will just fall into the pool rather than going and only kill the zombie directly in front of it. rather than killing everything in the entire lane, which kind of stinks. But I think we could do an upgrade to make them like pool cleaners or something, which they'll actually function like the lawnmowers properly, just for the pool. Let's see. Wow, we're doing pretty tidy on everything. Let's start putting some lily pads down just for the lily pads are pretty similar in regards to the like mushrooms, where they can be just good chunk blockers. Where if you just don't want them to keep progressing, you just kind of keep making them literally just eat lily pads until they die. They gotta get fiber in their diet. They gotta eat that. Just gotta eat that cell wall. That's the way of putting it. Oh no, his crossword puzzle. We destroyed it. He was almost done and then he died. Just gonna put a little squash right here. The stuff in the pool is definitely going to be a bit more dangerous. We'll get some more answers to that later. Oh dang, my CPU usage is actually getting pretty high. I might have to cut it here after I'm done with the set of levels. Oh boy, football zombie. Here he comes, very slowly. Yeah, Snoopy is pretty solid, actually. I remember I didn't really like them too much when I first played this game way back when. Like, when I played this game probably a little too much back then. I think all of us have, like, that one game we played too much of at certain points, or, like, we obsess over for periods and periods at a time. Alright, let's... Oh, yeah, and so, yeah, and on the flags, the, we'll have kelp zombies that will just sprout out. It's pretty amusing. Oh no, we destroyed that guy's crossword puzzle and then we killed him. Good riddance. Yeah, honestly, the Snopies are pretty good support. Like, honestly. Well, I really don't need them, I think. Ooh, this is an interesting one, although admittedly I only really ever use this guy in this level specifically because of how the game is set up. Or how the field is set up. Yeah, the 3-peater. It's basically a pea shooter, but on one, it takes up one slot, one space, and will hit 3 lanes. It will hit like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna take, yeah, I'll take the 3-peater. We can do a 3-peater strat. I actually kind of like these, so that was a very weird order. So what I mean is, so basically if I put one here, it will hit directly above it and directly below it, so it'll hit the first 3 rows. So if you set up just them on this row and this row, you can basically cover everything, which is kind of neat. It's just they're kind of expensive, as you can see, they're $3.25, so if you just have 3 pea shooters, it's basically the same thing. But it's kind of a fun idea for a strategy. Plus you can do is you can just kind of set up your flowers like this, and then put some in the pool. I'm just gonna put a squash down here. Let's start setting up stuff like this. Remember I used to do like this strat where I would put like a sunflower down, then put a lily pad down with like the stuff in the sky. That's what I usually used to do if I remember correctly. Alright, let's put a Snoopy down here. I think I'll do like 3, and then do like a row of Snoopies, I think. I think let's start working towards let's start saving up for a 3-peater, I think would be a good idea. Just start getting more pressure on all of the lanes. Actually, let's put Snoopy down. I can't hear that without thinking of freaking annoying oranges. Yeah, what sound? Because I remember I used to watch. I remember I didn't mind annoying orange back in the day. And I remember, I think Danebo, like the original creator of Annoying Orange, does he still do videos? I don't even know. I remember he had like a Let's Play channel, like called like, I don't know, was it like with his brother? Like he did a Let's Play channel, because you know back in the day everyone was doing like, oh, we have our main channel, then we have like our gaming channel, and people still do that to this day. Honestly, I don't know why I'm saying back in the day, people still do that. Heck, I even have the idea of maybe considering like making one of my channel more video game related, and maybe making a second channel that is more card game, like more Yu-Gi-Oh inclined, like Tempest Sage TCG maybe, or something like that. Or Tempest Sage YGO, because I don't really play other card games. I did have like vague interest in like Cardfight Vanguard back in the day. Where I liked the anime a fair bit. I remember for a while I also did not play Yu-Gi-Oh for quite some time. I think basically I kind of got back into the game, so to speak, during, I think when pendulums were, like when links were coming back, I kind of started paying attention to the game more again. Was when that happened. Now we're at 16 minutes, about 16 minutes right now. We're only on the 3rd level, so we might be able to knock out the first half of this world for in like 30 minutes probably, which is good. That's kind of the time I was aiming for these. In general, was around 30-ish minutes, and at least in this case, 5 levels is a decent amount of progress. There's a thing I remember from Chugga's anniversary video about talking about like making your own Let's Play, and his philosophy is like, oh, doing something, making significant progress. And I definitely think in this kind of game where it's like 50 levels total for the main adventure, I think doing 5 levels every video or so is a pretty good milestone. So at least this will be a 10-part series minimum. Maybe I'll make one. Maybe I don't know how long the last level is. I may have to like separate that into its own video. Okay, yeah, I remember these guys, the diving zombies. They're kind of annoying. Also, my game is chugging a little bit. Because what they'll do, yeah, they will only come out when there is something they can munch on. So it's actually a good idea to just start placing like chump lily pads up front, so they will proactively come out of the water. One other strat is putting a squash, like so. Because when they get close enough, the squash will just leer at them and just die, and just kill them. But yeah, and get a walnut down, so we'll have to start chewing through the walnut first, where they can get at the lily pad, or they'll just kind of die. But also, yeah, I didn't bring this up before. Yeah, there are cone head, duck zombies, and also cone bucket head, water zombies or ducky zombies. I wonder if that hard mode mod has like screen door bucket duck zombies. That sounds annoying, honestly. We're doing pretty good so far. Again, I don't really expect too much. I'd say it's probably World 4 that gets actually decently challenging. Because of certain mechanics. Because there's a new element they'll introduce, aside from like, oh, it's the pool at nighttime. There's another thing they'll introduce there. Just gonna do this. We have the sun for it, might as well. And this will wrap up this level real quick. Yeah, again, it's probably the reason like these early levels are pretty fast, because they only reintroduce the basic enemy types. And for our troubles, we get the Kelp. It's basically a kind of a version of the potato mine that's specific to the pool. It's actually pretty useful for the diver zombies, and a later zombie will introduce. That's kind of the water equivalent of the pole vaulting zombie, actually. I think let's revert back to the repeater Snoopy combo because I kind of like that. But we'll bring the Kelp because Kelp is pretty useful. Do I go Snoopy or do I go Cherry Bomb? I think I'll go Cherry Bomb actually. Yet again, I'm kind of at an impasse right now. How long is this one going to be? Is it 2 flags, or will this be our first 3 flagger? Because I think there are some free flags. Clearly free flags. 3 flags. I don't remember when the... Lo and behold, I was right. I am a wizard, apparently. As long as I'm not Bizzard the Wizard. That's a Runaway Guys reference. If you've seen this year's any bit of this year's TRG Coliseum, you will get that reference. I'm not actively, actually, for me, in terms of like live streaming and stuff. I don't know if I'll ever do live streams. Maybe if I like get enough traction, I'll consider it. But for right now, no, because that's a lot of time for me, and also I'm not really. Also, I don't really trust my internet connection too much to reliably stream on like Twitch or YouTube or anything for that matter. So that's why I'm kind of more inclined to do just like commentary and just let's plays like this. This is going to be a bit of a long boy. Well, 3-5 should be fairly short. Because usually the minigame levels are pretty short by comparison. I don't remember what the minigame level will be like this time around. We get another enough for another repeater. That was a good call. Let me just get you out of the way. But yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about like TRG Coliseum. Oh yeah, so I'm with live streaming, and I don't really know if I'll consider live streaming. Maybe if I get better internet. I have to consult my the people in my house, because I live with my parents, by the way. Because there have been times where like I feel like I'm being throttled or something. Because there are times where like I'm calling my friends, and then I'll just randomly my internet will just die for like 20 or 30 minutes, or maybe I'll just have to go to, or be like, you know what, screw this, I'm done, good night, and I just go to bed or something. It's kind of annoying, frankly. I don't know if that's just Comcast screwing with me or whatever. Might be, who knows. Let me start putting some stuff in the pool for offense. Alright, there's a vault zombie. Let's ruin his fun. And dead. Alright, let me show the Kelp off. It was a little preempted to show it there, but it will basically just like it's an instant kill for. It's basically in a similar vein of the potato mine, just in the pool this time. But what's nice is, you know, the Kelp will basically it's very helpful for like diver zombies, and especially another type of zombie that's that's basically the water, like I said before, the water version of the it's basically a water equivalent of the pole vaulting zombie. And those are kind of annoying. They'll soon be getting a certain new kind of, basically a side grade, upgrade, however you want to view it. There'll be an equivalent, a new version of the walnut called the tall nut, I believe is the name of it. It's a much bigger version of the walnut that can block stuff like that, which is pretty useful. Though later in the game, there will be zombies that will actually have counterplay with that sort of thing. imprint any of your wall-like plants. Let me show this off here with this diver. So this diver obviously can't get hit by anything since he's too low down, so the guys won't aim at him. And then he just dies because of the kelp. It's pretty useful. Let's just set up some squash here real fast. That's kind of why I kept this gap here, just for squash if I really need it. Since we really aren't being threatened too much by like stuff that can jump out at us, might as well just put some more repeaters here in the full section of the map. Alright, we're about 2/3 of the way through this. So I think I'll at least call it quits here on the 3rd level. I just getting halfway through. At least for this session. I hope to start uploading these soon. I don't know about frequency of when I'll upload these. Granted, I'm gonna probably have most of this like done before I start uploading them. Because again, this game is not. The main adventure is pretty short and sweet. It's only like it's 50 levels. Sounds like a lot, but it admittedly is not much. Because a lot of the early levels are pretty basic in terms of their enemy types and such. And considering like the early levels are usually pretty short because they want to introduce some new plants to you when you start the new area and get you comfortable with the mechanics and all that. Man, these guys, I'm just gonna blow them up honestly. Dang, more? Yeesh. 2 Vaulters and Buckethead. I can just get rid of Buckethead with Squash. Alright, another. Huh. I don't know if the diver can actually start getting initially hit by the pea shooters before he dives in. That's kind of interesting. Man, it's impressive these two repeaters have actually been pretty damaging to the Bucketheads, actually. They actually managed to get rid of his bucket before he jumped over, or before he started chewing through the walnut. I think we'll soon be getting access to a pretty interesting plant that will allow us to make our repeaters even better, actually. Soon. TM. Alright, last flag. Here we go. Let's put some kelp down. We got resources. Might as well use them. Okay, chill. That's a lot of guys, hopefully. Like he tries to go for a bite and then just dies. That was pretty funny. I had one pole vaulter up here. Sure, why not? And there we go. Okay, yeah, for this we get a key. Looks like a car key, kinda. And that's because it is. Trade the day's car key. And you can visit his shop, which is pretty cool. Hey, you found my car key. You know what that means. Razor Days Twiddly Dinkies is open for business. Hey, look, see if you can't find something you like. Alright, so we got 5,400, so we can get another seed slot. We can get the pool cleaners to upgrade our lawnmower to the pool. We can buy the rake, which is basically just an insta-kill for 3 levels. Then we can buy, for 5,000 each, a secondary upgrade for the sunflower and the repeater, the Gatling Pea and the double sunflower. How these work is you basically plant these on top of the previous version to upgrade them. I'm actually probably just gonna take the extra seed slot for now. Actually, I think I'll take the pool cleaner first and then I'll save the seed slot for another time. Because we're not really need the seed slot for now. Yeah, funny thing about the zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out real mean. Defend your shins. Oh, I think I heard this one. To get tiny zombies. Okay, so I think this is just the typical like conveyor stage, just with tiny zombies, and they are like These little freaking ankle biters are kind of... Aren't they like much faster? Okay, compared to regular zombies, yes. Let's... Thankfully, they're just tall enough to not have to actually get damaged. Stop giving me lily pads, game. Stop giving me lily pads, game. I'm gonna keep saying this, aren't I? Oh, there's a lot of cherry bombs. Oh no! Oh no! Football players are terrifying, especially with increased movement speed. I may have to just start placing a crap ton of walnuts on them. In front of them is more like it. Or I think they could just kind of wait. Yeah, it just really just gave me like a crap load of cherry bombs. What is with all of the cherry bombs? Jesus. Okay, at least starting to get more coverage on our lanes. Okay, at least I need to start putting stuff in the pool area. Stop with the lily pads, game. Fine. Okay, good. Now we're starting to get stuff for the pool. Alright, first wave. Okay, good. We at least have coverage for each lane now. If the game can stop giving me like a million lily pads. Just gonna cherry bomb here. Okay, good. I got rid of 2 football zombies. I'll definitely take that. It's a pretty nice value. Oh, I actually got the oh no, another football zombie. Oh, all of the football zombies. I really don't like them. I was too preemptive with that, and that one's getting off basically scot-free. There's so many football zombies, but so many cherry bombs, which is kind of nice, actually. Game, stop throwing me with so many cherry bombs. So I like really need. Oh god. So much footballs. Just all of the crunch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my child. He's so sad. Alright, thankfully there's only 2 flags. I think just start throwing the entire freaking world at us in terms of really annoying zombies. Oh, I thought there were gonna be a lot more for that last wave, but no. Here we get the jalapeno, which is a pretty interesting one. It's kind of similar to the cherry bomb, except it destroys the entire lane as opposed to just a 3x3. It can be pretty useful for certain encounters, like a certain Zomboni. But that's enough for that. I'm gonna end the recording here. But yeah, now we have the access to the shop here on the main menu. I might at least show this off now. So yeah, here's our minigame. So yeah, minigames, puzzle, and survival. So we now have some minigames unlocked. So we have Zombotany, Walnut Bowling, and Slot Machine. I'm probably gonna show these off at a later time. There's like their own bonus episode, or their own like mini series of bonus episodes where I play through some stuff, or just maybe like sporadically throughout this. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna do like just a bonus videos on these. I'll give the basic premise. Like Zombotany's basically like giving zombies certain traits of like other plants. Like there'll be like pea shooter zombies, there'll be walnut zombies, and so on and so forth. Walnut Bowling is just the same level from the first stage, and Slot Machine I think is just like you roll 3 and get like a certain amount of plants, I think. But anyways, that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time. for the remaining parts of the third world. Bye bye.